Survivor Series 2020 is in the bag, and oh boy, what an emotional ending that was. The Undertaker, after 30 years in the WWE, has officially retired. We're going to talk all about this and more. Let's get right into our WFR. So for those of you who are new here and may not know what the WFR is, it is our wrestling fan reaction where we essentially review the show, talk about what I liked, what I didn't like. If I'm going to nitpick anything, just be a whole mark about the show. That's what this essentially is. But my name is Conman Connor, whatever the hell you want to call me, and let's get right into reviewing Survivor Series 2020. We're going to kick things off with the pre-show Battle Royal. The Battle Royal that had absolutely nothing on the line. Yeah, for me, a Battle Royal, there has to be something on the line. A number one contendership, a future opportunity at something, a future whatever, some money, something on the line. Here, this was just a Battle Royal for bragging rights. And, it served its purpose. There was two main purposes why this went on. The first purpose of this match was to begin a feud between Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, and the Mysterio family. And I believe the second purpose of this match was to get The Miz over a little bit more as an annoying, unlikable heel, and I think they accomplished that with this match. See, The Miz has been losing a lot recently since he won Money in the Bank, and I think they needed to establish him as a credible superstar. So, yeah, he did kind of cheat, I guess you could say, to win the Battle Royal by rolling back inside the ring and getting knocked out underneath the bottom rope, but still, it was a legal way to win. Miz just did it in a heel fashion, and honestly, I don't hate it, but there was nothing on the line for this match, and it made the pre-show Battle Royal just kind of feel like it was there just to be there. Now let's get on to the main card, because we started the show off with the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match, and this one, it was interesting. I don't know if that's good, but let's talk about it. So the story of this match was that Team Raw couldn't really get along. Team SmackDown couldn't get along. What was going to happen when you got inside of the ring? Who was going to work with who? And it turns out Team Raw actually worked really well together. But it's even better than Team Raw working well together? It's the fact that the wrestling gods finally brought us a new Keith Lee song. Oh my God, I'm so happy! Finally, I'm not gonna get my heart broken every single time it goes,
"Oh, bask in his glory, boom, boom, for he is limitless."
And then the most generic rock song you will ever hear. Thank goodness we are done with those days. Oh, wrestling gods, you finally answered our prayers. You got Keith Lee a new theme song. Thank you. But let's talk a little bit about this match, because we started things off with Team SmackDown dominating Team Raw. Like, it wasn't even close. That was until, however, Seth Rollins tagged himself into the match, put his hands out, said, "For the greater good," got down on his knees, and let Sheamus kick him in the face. Why? I'm not mad. It was certainly something, but why? Did he just want to be kicked in the face? I don't know, but sure. And I guess at the end of the day, this is probably for his storyline. It probably has something to do with him and Becky Lynch, him about to go on to be a dad, but I don't really know where this is going. I don't know what the greater good is supposed to be. I don't know if he's against SmackDown secretly because he didn't come out with a Team SmackDown shirt. I don't know. I'm just throwing crap out there and hoping it sticks. But honestly, does anybody have a clue what the greater good is for Seth Rollins? What do you think the greater good is? Let me know down in the comments section below. But yeah, after Seth Rollins was eliminated, this match completely broke down. SmackDown tried to regroup on the outside of the ring, and the Braun Strowman Express came running all the way around, and he just shoulder tackled all four members of the team, taking them out in one swift blow. Back inside the ring we go. Kevin Owens goes on a stunning spree, hitting a stunner, and phenomenal forearm from Styles puts him away. Kevin Owens is eliminated. King Corbin goes in the ring. He tries to hit some people people, but then runs into a floating bro from Matt Riddle. Oh, sorry, don't call him Matt, just Riddle. And then King Corbin was eliminated. We're now down to 5-on-2. This is where the match got weird for me. And look, I don't have any problems with Otis. I think Otis definitely is a character that can work. But who was the genius that decided to position Otis up against Keith Lee and say they're on the same playing field? To position Otis as just as strong as Keith Lee not only devalues Keith Lee's overall value as a star, but it made Otis look so far out of place. Look, when you're trying to position him up against Braun Strowman and saying Otis and Braun are pretty much equal playing fields, when we know that is not the case, when we can see that visually that that's not the case, it honestly made Otis look a little silly. Now, I'm not trying to crap on the character because I understand this character is being hampered big time without the live crowds being there. You know, his character definitely does need the live crowds to work. But like, what are you doing? What are you doing getting this comedy character in the ring against Braun and Keith and then basically making them look equal? I didn't understand that. I didn't like that part of the match. And for that reason, it kind of devalued the match for me. But then I got over it when Otis was eliminated by Braun Strowman, and that left us in a 5-on-1 scenario with Jey Uso fighting for Team SmackDown. The kid went crazy, super kicks all around, almost a super kick party of sorts. He was looking pretty good, planche over the top rope, taking down all members of Team Raw. But before he could really get on a roll, a sneaky tag from Keith Lee gets inside the ring, hits the big spirit bomb on Jey Uso, and Team Raw sweeps Team SmackDown. Now, that's kind of shocking. Not very often do we get clean sweeps of a team, but we got one here last night. Moving on over to the tag team division now, we got ourselves a modern day dream match. The Street Profits versus the New Day. I loved everything about this thing. The presentation of both teams from the promos beforehand to the actual entrances were phenomenal. The in-ring ability of these four men of Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins is off the charts. They were fantastic together. And there's really not too much else to talk about this match other than the fact that it really, really was good. But I want to start nitpicking the overall presentation because, like I said, I enjoyed it. However, there were a few things that kind of caught my eye. The first one being, where was Big E during this match? Like, he came out with the team. He had his full Gear 5 gear on, representing the New Day in this video game, you know, like it seemed like it was maybe just a promotional tactic for the video game, but like, was he not allowed to be at ringside after that? Was he not able to be on commentary for this match when he's been heavily featured in this build? To me, it didn't make a ton of sense where Big E went. He just kind of left his New Day brothers at ringside. Yeah, it was a very, very weird one for me, seeing Big E just disappear. And the other nitpicking thing is that the Street Profits need blue Solo Cups. All right, I envision Vince McMahon probably ordered like a bajillion red Solo Cups when he saw their stuff down in NXT. Like, he probably has so many red Solo Cups just sitting in Stamford, Connecticut somewhere. But please, just order some blue Solo Cups, all right? Just do that, and it will make their entrance look so much better. But in all seriousness, guys, if you have not watched this match, I highly recommend going out of your way to check it out. It shows what tag team wrestling could be inside of WWE if they truly gave it the chance. And they gave it the chance here tonight, so hopefully the tag team divisions are going to grow from here. The right call was made putting the Street Profits over the New Day, and hopefully down the line, we're going to be able to see a full-blown program between these two teams, because I think if you had some extra dynamics to it, this could be a legendary feud. So good work from both teams involved. Now we got to go on to the match that I think everybody had pegged as the least exciting match on the card. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Look, there's really not too much to talk about with this match. Sami Zayn is a cowardly heel. Bobby Lashley's a big dude. He had the Hurt Business at ringside. They're both heels. There's not much else to it. They tried their best with what they had. Sami Zayn was trying to steal the win from Bobby Lashley, like trying to get Cedric Alexander to punch him in the face, trying to get MVP to be disqualified or something like that. I don't even know. Sami Zayn was doing every single thing he possibly could to try to walk out with the win. It didn't work. In the end, he tapped out to the Hurt Lock by Bobby Lashley. And this is just going to be one of those matches that we just forget. It showed the potential of the heel character of Sami Zayn, but when you don't have a babyface that you're rooting for to see beat the heel, then there's just really no there's no magic with the match. So for me, this one is going to be very forgetful. I know they tried their best, but it just didn't work for me. So Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley picks up the win. On to Sasha Banks versus Asuka, which to me, going into this match, I was not excited for. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy over here, but I wasn't excited for this match. We had just seen the feud not too long ago. We have seen these two lock up before. There had been great matches that they put on, but we've seen it before. And for me, I really just wasn't all that excited to see it go down again. However, the story was there with Sasha Banks never pinning Asuka before. She's been on a little bit of a redemption storyline as of late, and this did make sense for her to finally get the pin over Asuka. And as a result, since it did make sense for the characters to be fighting, they told a fantastic story in the ring. Like, they proved me so wrong. I should have been more excited for this match. I should have been more excited with this storyline because the story was there. It's just I wasn't following it closely enough, and I didn't care enough about it for whatever reason, but they really delivered. This match was outstanding. The back and forth action that they delivered to us, great stuff. Really, really enjoyed seeing Sasha Banks defeat Asuka clean at Survivor Series. Now it's time for the other 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. This time the women, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. It was interesting. Interesting is a word. Yeah, that works. Yeah, interesting. The wrestling itself was fine. The spots themselves were fine. But booking. That was questionable. Bayley being the first eliminated in this match was actually a welcome surprise. Considering it was Peyton Royce who eliminated Bayley, I thought that was a really good moment for Peyton. But then they had her tap out to Natalya like 5 seconds later. What? What are you doing? Like, you're trying to establish Peyton as a star, right? She's dyed her hair now again. Are you not just gonna let her have more than 5 seconds of getting that pinfall over Bayley? Like, did you really have to take that momentum away from her right away? Like, and for Natalya? Like, I'm sorry. I love Natalya. I'm Canadian, but like, what? You just had a monumental moment. Peyton Royce eliminating Bayley, the women's superstar who held onto the title for over a year. Peyton just pinned her. And you're going to have her tap out to Natalya 5 seconds later. Anyways, yeah. We would then go on to see Shayna Baszler look a little stupid when she held on the Kirifuda clutch for longer than 5 seconds. Hello? You're going to get disqualified. What? Can you just at least pretend you cared about the match just a little bit? I don't care, but like still, it didn't make much sense to me. I don't understand. And then the cherry on the top, the thing we all saw from a mile away, Lana being the sole survivor. I don't hate it. I actually don't hate Lana being the sole survivor. The buildup has been there. Whether we're actually rooting for Lana or not, I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know. But 9 weeks straight of going through a table, she wins the sole survivor by count out. It is what it is. I'd prefer this than seeing Lana pick up the victory over Bianca Belair. Like, what I really was hoping wasn't going to happen is that Nia Jax would somehow wreck Bianca Belair after Bianca just slid back inside the ring there, and then that would lead to Lana picking up the victory somehow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to see that go down, and we didn't, so at least it was something. Bianca Belair is still protected, and that is my main concern. Lana won, sole survivor. She won via countout. That's going to obviously piss off Nia and Shayna Baszler, but still, They won, so it is what it is. But just a very, very confusing match. Seriously, the booking was all over the place. Now on to the main wrestling event of the evening. Drew McIntyre, the WWE Champion, versus the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Holy crap, this lived up to the hype. This was my favorite match on the evening, and there has been some barn burners on the night. Seriously, if you have not watched this match, seriously, you need to check it out. Like, I'm saying seriously a lot, but seriously, check it out. Roman and Drew absolutely should main event WrestleMania someday. They need to be the two pillars that WWE builds their brands around for the next 5 years. These guys are stars. Both of them are fantastic. Both of them have found their character. Both of them feel like they are the best they have ever been. Build the company around them. They are fantastic. Fast forward through this match, and it was a really hard-hitting affair. Back and forth we went, both men getting in big offensive maneuvers. But in the end, the referee gets knocked down. Roman Reigns resorting to another low blow. Jey Uso comes on down, hits Drew McIntyre with a super kick. And before we know it, Roman Reigns locks in the guillotine clutch, and Drew McIntyre passes out. Roman Reigns is your winner. The story is not done between these two, and whenever we're able to get back to it again, I can't wait. I don't know what's next for Drew McIntyre. Probably something with The Fiend / Randy Orton, but still, this match was amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. Seriously, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. But that brings us to the true main event of the evening. The Undertaker's 30-year celebration and his final farewell. Before we talk anything about this, I just want to say thank you, Taker. Thank you, Undertaker, for all these years. I have been blessed to watch your entire career. Your career spans 5 years longer than I've been alive. You're fantastic, Undertaker. We're gonna miss you. But unfortunately, all good things do have to come to an end, and even the Phenom has to make his last entrance. So we got his last entrance at Survivor Series. And if I can be thankful for one positive thing to come out of this pandemic, because we got to focus on some positive things sometimes. This one positive thing that has come out of this is that the Undertaker's last entrance, we got to see it in the Thunderdome. And yeah, I would have preferred in front of live audience as well. Undertaker deserved the live audience there for his final farewell, but we weren't able to get that this year. And the Thunderdome gave us a spectacle that we will never, ever forget. It provided the closure I think a lot of us wrestling fans needed. We even got a hologram of Paul Bearer saying, "Oh, yes!" Should I ever do that again? I don't know. When I saw that happen, I don't know about you guys, but it brought a tear to my eye. I wasn't ready for Paul Bearer. I wasn't ready for that send-off, and I was emotional. It was a very, very emotional night. Because let's face it, we've never really wanted to say goodbye to The Undertaker. He's a part of our wrestling fandom. All of us have some sort of connection to The Undertaker, and we always want to see one more match from him, but we have to admit collectively that the time has come for the dead man to hang up his boots. As I'm talking about this, I'm actually getting a little bit emotional at realizing that we're not going to see The Undertaker wrestle again. It's a weird realization when it finally does start to sink in, but we're always going to have what if scenarios. There's always going to be what if The Undertaker and Sting had that one match. What if The Fiend attacks The Undertaker to respark the feud of Bray Wyatt versus the Dead Man? What if we get one more Brothers of Destruction tag team match? There's always going to be what ifs. But these what ifs, they're better left off as what ifs as opposed to what could have beens. I don't want to see another debacle of the Brothers of Destruction versus DX. I don't want to see another debacle of Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. I don't think anybody wants to see this once iconic, beloved superstar that we hold so many amazing memories with. I don't think any of us want to see him reach the old age where he can't even walk anymore and is not in good health. So Undertaker, I hope your health is where it needs to be. Thank you. Thank you for 30 amazing years in the WWE. It was something special. And after 30 long, grueling years, Undertaker, Mark Calloway, you may finally give your character the resting it deserves. You may now lay the Undertaker character down and allow him to rest in peace. Thank you, Undertaker. Thank you for everything. But that is it here today for our WFR of Survivor Series 2020. Honestly, it was a good show, one that is going to be remembered for quite some time. Again, WWE continues to step up their production game inside of the Thunderdome, and Undertaker's entrance was seriously bone-chilling. If you guys didn't see it, you need to go check it out. The Dead Man last final entrance in WWE was something to behold of. But everyone, thank you so much again for watching the WFR. My name's Conman167. I'm going to ask that you leave a like on this video, making sure that you're subscribed as well, and come on over to our Discord so you can continue to talk wrestling with all the Con maniacs out there. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I've been Con, and that was WFR of Survivor Series 2020.